branch of the great millstone. We're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well and teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like it to the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, just get right into it.
Yeah, we're going to never trust thine enemy. All right, we're going to start it off like that because here it is. Esau, even the so-called white man, all right, he's wanting to join forces with Jake because he's saying what they quote-unquote voted for, right? And it ain't working out to their benefit anymore. Now it's the spirit of we're all in this together, you know? No. We just got to come as one. Give us a chance. Wow, the time is over.
Wow.
All right? There's not going to be any healing of Babylon. And yeah, let's get right into it.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, or Sirach, chapter 12. And it reads, chapter 12, verse 10, and it reads, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So I said, never trust thine enemy. All right? It doesn't matter if he's giving you something, he's looking out for you. And like I said, in the sense of we're seeing this world collapse. All right, we're seeing America, the downfall of America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, it's crumbling, man, right before our eyes. All right, it's spiraling down the drain. All right, and here it is. You got these Edomites, so-called white people, they're coming out, whether it be these farmers, these blue-collar workers. You know, first they're ready to get Trump in here. Yeah, let's get out these foreigners. Let's get away from these blacks and Hispanics, you know, these Native Americans. Let's get rid of these people. All right, it's time to take America back. White man fight back, right?
Yeah.
That philosophy, right?
Yeah.
But now they're finding out, oh shit, these people are only for the elites. Mm-hmm. Trump is actually only for the top people. All right, which is mostly what the small hats. And now these Edomites
stumble caps,
like stumble caps. All right, party hats.
Yeah. Rounded off party hats.
They're finding out like, hey, we're getting in bad shape. Here it is. They're living over in the land, and we're paying for it.
Yep.
You know, by our taxes. And here it is. Families over here, especially when it comes to the so-called white man, they're not getting the help that these people are getting. All right. So they've been duped. Yeah. Which us of the hopeful elect, starting with apostles and elders, great lists on down. We understood that, hey, America's never going to be great again.
Right.
All right. But these people are these Edomites and 2/3 of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You bootlicking, want to keep they trust in oppression.
If I may add, it was never great again. Won't be great again for them.
That's right.
It was never great for us. Okay. Every time Jake tried to be successful, they would come and tear it down. Okay. Destroy our stuff. We just had all these Edomites talking about building these all-white communities. Talking about Jake mad. Do you know history? We had all of that stuff after slavery was over, during the Reconstruction period. Okay? Just go back and look from 1866 up to, what was that? I think 21. With Tulsa. Okay? But in between that, you had the Red Summer of 1919. A whole bunch of stuff was going on all over the place where Jake had his own self-sustaining communities. Okay? And then what did you all do? We just reading that the White D. Eisenhower had that federal highway aid act of 1956, where there was a plan to build over 46,000 miles of highway north and south, east to west, and all of those ran through Jake communities. Most of your universities are Jake communities. All these man-made lakes and rivers, were once Jake communities. Okay, and then you stand up and say, pull ourselves up by the bootstraps.
Right.
Yeah, and you done fucking stolen.
Right.
Okay?
And mind you, these communities, it's not like they were just straight ghettos. No, they were thriving.
Yeah.
All right. Because you leave Jake alone, we got the know-how how to build. We got we're smart. They consider us dumb monkeys or whatever, but that's not the case, man. We're the Most High's children, man.
Yep.
All right, we're the form of all things, man. We're the salt of the earth.
Yep. Had our own theaters, grocery stores, totally self-sustaining, and y'all couldn't stand it. And I guess it would mess you up too. You done took our language, beat it out of us, held us in slavery, damn, for like generations. And then as soon as we get free, less than 20 years, we done this stuff, and without knowing our own language. Okay. Just envious, but just like you said, even in our lowest position, we're still better than you.
Yeah, still better than you. Like we started, it's to never trust thine enemy, man. All right, like I said, 2/3 of Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that are trying to uphold this system, man. That's going to be your downfall, man. Yep. Because you didn't trust in Yahweh Shem Shai. You didn't trust in the men, the ambassadors of the Lord that He sent, man, by His messengers. This is the second time this 36.
Book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36, beginning in verse 15, and it reads, "And Yahweh power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people."
See, the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, man. So He set up men to go out and teach and preach about Him, right? To teach the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, right? Which Yahweh, which means He is or He exists, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai, which means He saves or He delivers, who the world calls Jesus Christ. That's the true biblical names, all right, in the Paleo Hebrew. All right, those are the names you got to call on to be saved via Acts 4:12. All right, read that again,
yeah. It says
So He said His mercy by sending his prophets out here to tell His people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, those of the 12 tribes of Israel, man, what to do to prevent themselves being put to death, all right, and how to gain salvation on the side, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. Verse 16, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh Shem Shai and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shai arose against his people till there was no remedy.
See, and that's what's getting ready to happen to 2/3 of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, here it is. The Lord sent out his prophets, all right, to tell you what to do, how to prevent judgment upon yourself, all right, and destruction. But guess what? You don't want to listen. You despise them. Matter of fact, you want us dead. All right, you don't want us telling you what to do. You don't want us pulling out your wickedness, man. Because here it is, the Bible, all right, which you guys claim to believe, because the majority of our people, are Christians, right? Or even in Islam, they still utilize the Bible as part of it.
Yeah.
They merge it together, right? Y'all say y'all believe in the Lord, but then when we bring out the scriptures, what I'm not going to say, everybody's a Christian until the scriptures come out.
Right.
Because it don't identify with your lifestyle, man. But the Lord don't care about what you want to do. It's about what the Lord's program. Since you don't want to be on the Lord's program, guess what? All ways when you're leading to your own understanding are doing what? Equal death, man. Because you're not following the ways that the Lord told you to lead. Okay? So that's why you're going to be taken down with no remedy. This is real quick. It's Isaiah 30:12. It says, wherefore, thus said the Holy One of Israel. And mind you, that's the Holy One of Israel. All right, separate. All right, he's a power only to the Israelites. All right, we serve the true and living God, Yahweh, Shai. Because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Right, you double down on wickedness. You love to be in this fucking wicked ass kingdom. You love riding up and down, working your bullshit 9 to 5s. And I like to say now, 9 to 9s. A lot of people working 12 hours. Just to make ends meet. Working 6-7 days a week, man. And they will say, I sure do love this place. No, man. Are you trusting in this oppression? You're despising the words. You're not trying to get right. You want to continue to commit adultery. You'd rather be physically with a man's wife or following after these other guys. Or you want to continue to eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. You want to continue to get these laser lineups. You don't want to take heed to anything, man. All right? You don't want to take heed to the prophecies. That's why you're going to end up taking that C there.
Yep.
The MOT to the B. All right? That Revelation 13, 16 on that.
And it's here.
Yeah.
It's here. And in the UK, they just told the Americans, you got to get out.
Yep.
Yeah, you cannot participate in our society.
Yep. You will not be able to work. And that look, they do these testing grounds. Look, they're saving the best for last, which really is the Lord's program.
Yep.
Because it's stubborn ass America, right? They're the stubborn American people, man. They know it's gonna be pure hell, but they're making the conditions to set up and ready, man.
Yep.
Here it is. You got Trump. Really, he keeps talking like he's gonna do the Insurrection Act. Well, he's already doing it.
Yeah.
He's pushing the National Guard in all these major cities, getting them prepared to get ready, to lock shit down, man. You know? Verse 13, look, what we've been talking about too, getting the Washington D.C.'s been getting extra barricades, getting fortified like a fortress, ready for the riots, ready for civil war.
Yep.
All right, and look, the movie that came out last year was called Civil War.
Yep.
They're blatantly putting it out there, man. Here these last couple of years, The Purge, all these different movies, man. All right, it says art imitates life, and these movies are art, and it's showing what's going to happen. But the Lord gonna far exceed what we can even see in the movies, man. It's gonna be pure deal hell out here. Verse 13, it says, Isaiah 30 and 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. Right. And like I said, sin is the rebellion is as is the sin of witchcraft.
Yep.
All right, so here it is. You're not taking heed to Yahweh Shemel Shah, which is through his prophets. All right, because like it says in, could you grab Luke 16 real quick?
Luke 10 and 16?
Yes, sir.
Luke 10 and 16. This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 16, and it reads, in this red letter, so the words of Yahweh Shai himself, right, it says, he that heareth you, heareth me. And he that despises you, despises me. And he that despises me, despises him that sent me.
Right, so at the end of the day, you despise the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because here it is, we're coming in as the ambassadors, as the representatives. All right, we're the messengers. Okay? And so we're attached to the Lord. We're not coming out of our own belly. We're saying, thus said the Lord. All right? But you got, like I said, y'all want to cause harm to us. All right? You want us off the streets. Well, guess what? You're getting ready to get your wish, man. But here, that's when what? The famine of the word is going to come in. And then you're going to see all the things that we've been talking about. Like, man, those men were so crazy after all. And that's starting to happen. Those videos coming out like, man, maybe they were right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that one Jake's sister made the video. Hey y'all, I know y'all don't like how they say it, but we need to apologize to those Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah,
because
it's happening.
All right,
It's happening.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, beginning in verse 20, and it reads, behold, I send an angel before thee, and an angel is Yahweh, to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Okay, that's when we, we're going into the land of Canaan, which became Israel or Yahshua the first time. Okay, he says, beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. And that goes back to that ambassador project I'm talking about. You know, like when the king sent someone, in his stead, I come in the name of, and that's how Yahweh said. That's the only way we get to him. No one comes unto me except comes to the Father except by me. Okay? He says, but if thou shalt indeed obey his voice, do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries.
That's right.
Okay, and he's doing that right now for the elect. We see the stuff that's happening right now, like in Chicago, what's about to go down in Portland. Okay, as a matter of fact, I heard that a lot of their stuff is shut off. Like this is getting wild in Portland.
Oh yeah.
They're not letting it be shown on these platforms. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
really sour over that I made.
Chicago.
Yeah.
People are fighting against the ice agents, man. They're pushing the National Guard. What do you buy? About 300 to 400 in Chicago. So like I said, everything's getting all the chess pieces are moving on the board and getting ready, man.
Yeah. Like you said, it's getting wild. Shared some information on our call yesterday that the cartel has put bounties on specific ice agents. All right.
Oh yeah, even with the cartel too. Now that supposedly the drug trades were getting all jacked up, now they said they're going to start targeting U.S. citizens are tourists. Yep. All right, start gunning them down. All right, until they let them do what they need to do. But we all know it's a big game. Like, really, it's the Lord moving everything around. It's gonna be pure chaos. We're seeing it. There's too much shit happening all at once. All right, and that's how you see how all hell's gonna break loose. And when we say that, it's gonna be bad, man.
Yep.
It's what? Jacob's trouble, like the whole land on deck. Jeremiah 37. I'm gonna finish this. This is Isaiah 30, back to 13. It says, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant." And that's what's getting ready to happen to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, because you didn't want to repent, you didn't want to come back to the Lord, you want to continue to do your thing, you want to continue to invest in this system, into a crumbling system. You don't want to be held on a good foundation, and follow after the chief cornerstone, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, you're gonna get caught up here in this madness, man. All right, you're gonna be totally you're gonna get destroyed. Hey, get hit by all the plagues that are written in the scriptures, man. Mm-hmm. All right, hey, because look, it's not only gonna be thermonuclear destruction. That's the ultimate end goal, right? Because you have what? Teeth of wild beasts,
spirits of vengeance.
Spirits of vengeance,
yep.
All right, whether it be fire, hail, brimstone. You see how the Lord's getting down with hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. Yeah, I mean tsunamis, mudslides. Mm-hmm. The Lord is visiting the place where He made it, man. Like He told us He was going to do. But here it is. We're really into Jacob's trouble, man. This is happening. We are here. Yep. All right, but guess what? We're at the part of what? The beginning of sorrows. Mm-hmm. Like I said, people are still up here trying to have a good time, right? You're still frolicking up and down the streets, man. You still go get your Starbucks coffee. You still going to work for the most part. But y'all losing their jobs. Yep. Pretty soon you're gonna be out here begging, and then it's gonna be the new homeless. See, the new homeless. All right, it's gonna get devoured by the old homeless because they've been out here. All right, the new homeless is gonna be a whole different setup, man. Which is gonna invoke civil war. It's gonna invoke man versus man. Mm-hmm. All right.
Now I was gonna say now you're talking about Jacob's trouble. Okay, you gotta remember Jacob's trouble. This is really about the judgment of a lot of people. Yep. Okay, but it also says like 1 Peter chapter 4 verses 17 and 18. Go ahead.
Yep. This is 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. It reads, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High."
At the house of the Most High. That's the nation of Israel. Okay.
"And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shai?"
God, so those who don't obey the gospel is only given to the Israelites. Okay, that end is destruction. Specifically 2/3 of our people. All right.
"And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?"
Okay, the ungodly, that's those who don't have the Most High. So just because it says Jacob's trouble, don't mean that you other nations are not going to get the business, because you are.
All right. Yeah, you are not exempt. Hell, at the end of the day, the Lord's going to have mercy on His people. Yeah, they're going to come back in the kingdom of heaven. But you heathen, even though 2/3 is going to get a heathenistic judgment on this side of the fence, but at the end all be all, where all Israel shall be saved.
Yep.
So, but the rest of these nations, they're going in captivity, man. Mm-hmm. Hardcore bondage. All right. Thus said the Lord, not us. I'm going to get. You got some? You get that, Jeremiah.
Yeah, I got the Jeremiah 30:7. Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7, and it reads, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it."
Yep, and that's the deal. All right, there's gonna be a time like never before. Mm-hmm. All right, because what? Matter of fact, let's start at the top of that. You go verse 1.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, beginning at verse 1, and it reads, "The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh, power of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book." Verse 3, "For lo, the days come, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it.
Yeah, and that's what's going. Then that's an end time prophecy. You know,
Yep.
we're gonna be taken back to the kingdom, to our kingdom is in Israel, man. But the Lord gonna take us there.
Yep.
All right, it ain't gonna be because we did it through laws, and that's how you know the party hat people. They ain't the people. All right, the prophecies don't line up with what they're trying to do. They're trying to fit their way in there.
Yeah.
You know, but it's sloppy. It only works for the masses of these dumbass people, man. All right, but when you actually get down into the scriptures, no, they don't fit prophecy at all.
No.
Because if they got blessed back into the land, where's King David? Where's Yahweh Shai? And they don't even believe it. The majority of them don't even believe in Yahweh
No,
Shai.
all of them don't.
Yeah.
All of them don't. They believe in that Babylonian Talmud.
yeah.
But even the things, you know, that the people may not believe, because they don't believe in Yahweh Shai, King David. Look at the land now.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't even have all of the land that was promised to Abraham. Okay? You have the headquarters of Israel that's described in the book of Joshua, chapters 13 through 22. But what he gave to Abraham was from the great river of Egypt, which is the Nile, all the way over to the Euphrates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you got Jordan, Yemen, Iraq, you know, Turkey at the top. Okay? All of these other nations occupy that land that you don't have. But if you say that you are the people, why don't you have it?
That's right.
Because you're not the people. Ezekiel 36 says that. You know, the heathen are part of my land. Okay, that's talking about you Palestinians as well as the temple caps.
Yeah.
All right? Both of y'all are in there.
Yeah, we'll say a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
And who is that bastard? Esau, Edom.
Yep.
You know, second Ezra 13, where it says the Lord put by Esau.
Yep.
Okay, that means he rejected him.
Yep.
You know, refused him, had nothing to do with him.
Yep.
All right, except made him a wicked so he can destroy him.
That's right.
Okay. Verse 4 says, "These are the words that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. But thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." Verse 6, "As ye know, and see whether a man..."
Right, because matter of fact, get this. You said, read that again, Mike.
It says, "And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel, concerning Judah. But thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, you have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." Okay? "Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness."
Right, because it's about to get, like I said, all hell's gonna break loose, man. There's nothing logically gonna make sense to these people's minds, especially when it comes to 2/3 of these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that didn't get their mind right. That they didn't have their mind renewed by the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the truth, man. That's why Isaiah 33:6 is what? So wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right. What times? The end times. The times we're currently in.
Yep.
We're at the end of the end. We know the end started when Yahweh Shai was with the death of the cross.
Yep.
But now we're reaching the end of that. The end of the end. Right now, we're about to come into the great deliverance. All right. For the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. Because mind you, look. Even what did Yahweh Shai say? It's Matthew 10:34. "Think not I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword." So that's the spirit of the Lord right there. All right, he's coming to lay down the law, man. He's ready to lay destruction upon 2/3 and you heathen, man. All right, that's why he's the kings of kings, Lord of lords, man. All right.
Well, and you know that sword is an instrument of death.
Yep.
All right, and destruction. So for you dumb Christians saying, you know, the one glad day when he returned, no.
Wow.
No.
Whatever, nobody says the mighty clouds of glory.
Yeah,
y'all, it's gonna be mighty.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be what you think.
Nope.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All right. Go back to that.
Okay. And then it goes into verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that is none like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Right, who's that he? The elect of the nation of Israel.
Wow.
You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, you're gonna be preserved from the said perils. All right, for all this hell breaking loose, the ones that trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai, they're gonna be safe in that day, man. All right, the ones that turn their way from the ways of this world, all right, to serve the Lord, the truth and sincerity, all right, those are the ones that are gonna be okay.
Yep.
All right, so we don't have. Remember, the Lord said He didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind.
Verse 8, it says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him."
See? Yeah, we'll no longer be in that captivity, man. Are you going to burst the bonds of our oppressors? Starting with Esau, even the so-called white man.
Yep.
All right, because right now we're not in physical chains anymore, but what? Spiritually.
Yep.
All right, spiritual chains. All right, in the mind. All right, because like I said, the vast majority of our people, what? They're locked in the system, man.
Yep.
All right, they can't see outside of America. They can't see outside of their little block. You know what I'm saying? All right, they can't get out the matrix.
That witchcraft is
Yeah.
working. Yep.
Yep. That witchcraft has got a hold of them, man. Ultimately, what the Lord has cast blindness on them.
Yep.
Not, so they can't even see it when it's right in front of them. You know, it don't matter. You break it down to a child can understand. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. The Lord ain't gonna do that. And ultimately, what the Lord gonna choose your delusions, man.
God.
All right. So it's the Lord at the end of the day. Like Proverbs 20:24 says, what? Man's going to the Lord, how then can a man understand his own way? So, hey, the Lord's got these people jacked up and not want to listen.
Yep.
You know, and just like He's got us listening, understanding, you know, repenting, all right, praying to Yahweh Shemel Shai. He's given us the gift of faith.
Yep.
All right, these people have faith, don't have faith. All right, only the elect is going to have faith. All right, and believe without seeing.
Yep.
But now, even more, what? Now we're seeing prophecies come to pass, so now your faith should be through the roof. Because you're like, man, everything I've been talking about and preaching about now is coming to pass. All right, so now, as wickedness is increasing, so is righteousness, man.
Yep.
All right, so the Lord's got us, man. All right, and righteousness is greater than the light is greater than the dark.
God.
You know, the dark can't consume the light.
God.
You know?
Yeah, and like you said, you know, that faith is very important.
Yep.
Okay, Romans 14 and 23 tells us whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
That's right.
Okay, what is sin? Transgression of the law. 1 John 3 and 4.
That's right.
Okay, and what's the wages of sin? Death.
Yeah. Yep.
So that faith is of utmost importance.
Yep.
All right, and you know once you get in these scriptures and start to see these things come to pass, I can't see how your faith can't be boosted.
Yeah.
You know, because this is happening. You know, the scriptures, the Bible is a living and breathing book. You know, the thing is, that's the only book that I know that was written so long ago that tells you the past, the present, and the future all at the same time, and accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's no holes in the scripture. Like people want to just, without even reading, or well, like I said, you gotta have the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You gotta have the Holy Spirit to understand, anyways. But people just toss off the Bible. Oh, man wrote that book. But here it is. Everything you read has been written by man.
Yeah. And you know, Jake still trying to use that Revelation 7 and 9, man, to prove that all people can be saved.
Yeah. Oh,
It's so simple.
right. See,
But he got them blinded, though.
they got them blinded, and like I said, the Christian church really just holds on to the New Testament. Hell, you can't just go to the end of the book and be like, oh, and make sense of it. No, you got to go to the foundations of it.
Well,
To start.
what did he say? Psalms 10 and 7, Psalms 40 and 7, Hebrews 10 and 7. Lo, I come in a volume of the book.
Yep.
It is written of me, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay? He said that in what, can you grab Luke 24 and 44 right quick?
Yeah. I got no.
Yeah.
24, 44.
Uh-huh.
This might be the one I'm looking for. This is Luke 24 and 44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. See?
And see, you got to remember, well, you may say that the prophets are in the Old Testament. We said, no, you want to go to the uttermost parts of the world. Yeah? Okay? We know the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So as long as we out here doing that job, once again, it's contained in all of them, the whole volume of the book.
That's right.
All right?
Because it says, if you got something,
You want me to keep reading?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 9, and it reads, "But they shall serve Yahweh their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them." So David's supposed to be back. All right? You keep saying you the people of the land, then where is David? Answer that question, King David. All right?
I got it real quick.
Go ahead.
Slocky. This is John 5:46. For had ye believed Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But if you believe not his writings, how shall you believe my words? Because he's coming in the volume of the book.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai, the disciples, was as it is written. Right? What? Referring back to the Old Testament.
Yep.
See, y'all get the play on words when you hear the old. Well, that's the Old Testament. What you talking about? All right? What do you think they were teaching with? You know? Well,
Yeah. Let's see here. Looking for that one. Okay. You said Moses wrote of him. Yep. It says Deuteronomy chapter 18, beginning at verse 18. It says, "I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth." That's what I read in Exodus 23. Okay, he shall speak what I shall tell him to speak. Okay, put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto him all that I shall command. Okay, all that he should command him. You know, Yahweh Shai did not break the will of his father.
exactly.
Okay, it says, which is Yahweh. All right, and it says, "And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require of him." That's your life. Okay? Your soul.
Back you up. This is John 6 and 38. Red letter, Yahweh Shai speak. He says, "For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which has sent me, that of all which he hath given me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day. And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day." Right. And that, don't get stuck on the everyone which seeth the Son and believeth on him. Because the only one's going to believe is the elect of the nation of Israel.
Right.
Not these fucking people in the world.
Right.
Mind you, you can look like a so-called white man, a Chinese man, Japanese man, all right? But if you believe in this word wholeheartedly, you believe in the names of Yahweh Shai and his word, hey, you an Israelite.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not given to, not even 2/3 of our own people. Because Romans 9 says it's not all Israel that are of Israel.
Yep.
All right, you got the fleshly Israelites, man, but they're really in the heathenistic mindset. All right, they're just Babylonians, man. They're Americans. All right, and they're not past it. They're black. They're Hispanic. They don't get past that.
No.
They're Native American, and that's where it stops. You know, they're everything but Israel. You know, so they're upholding that madness. All right. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. This is that was the end of Deuteronomy. Go back to Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeremiah chapter 30. Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 10, and it reads, "Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh Shai."
Right. Fear not thy servant Jacob. Why? Because Yahweh Shai is with us, man. He's in control of all these spirits. He's in control of all these people, man.
Father of spirits.
He's the Father of spirits, right? All right. Hey, to him belongeth the issues of death.
Wow.
All right. We ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah, this flesh tries to creep up on you, but that's where you pray and fast. That's why it says, make not haste in the time of trouble.
Wow.
You got to stop, slow down, pray to the Lord, let him guide you. Well, Proverbs 3:6 says, acknowledge him in all thy ways, and he shall direct thy paths.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to remember, man, that's our foundation is the Lord. All right, go ahead.
Okay. It says, therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid.
See? Be in rest, quiet, and none shall make him afraid. All right? What means what? We're gonna be ruled in peace. All right? These nations ain't gonna be able to come up against us. All right? We're gonna have what? We're in the new covenant with the laws, statutes, commandments written on our inward parts. All right? Having them celestial bodies. All right? We're gonna be untouchable, man. All right? We're gonna be perfect.
Yep.
That's what I'm right now. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, it says that we shall be in rest and be quiet. Every scripture in the book, that's the only time we're going to get rest, is when we're at home in our land.
Yep.
Okay? Even some of you folks that know you are Israelites, you're still trying to make a way here.
Yep.
You're not going to get it.
Yep.
He said this place is not our rest.
That's right.
Okay, we're over here for a reason. Scattered here for a reason. But we ain't able to tell you that. You know, grab that. Okay.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It reads, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God.
Right. So yeah, we're for a curse. That wasn't a curse.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
Yep.
And 64 also.
64, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get that too. This is application. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'll start at verse 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right? And there it is from 16 all the way down to 68 is a list of curses that apply today. Now mind you, we don't get hit with all the curses at once. Some affect other different tribes. We all go through the different curses, It's not all of them at once. So you might be prospering in your business, but you're fucked up in other areas. You know what I'm saying? This Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64 gives you a couple examples. And Yahweh Shai shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods,
Yep.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
That wood is that Christianity, and that stone is that Islam, that Catholic stone.
Yep.
And they laugh at y'all over there.
Yeah.
It's because you guys got your heads all lined up, shaved, your face clean. They got full beards over there.
Right.
I don't get it.
Right, the Nation of Islam has no place over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Verse 65, and it says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing eyes, and sorrow of mind.
Or rest. Or rest.
And it is worse too right now. Like I said, as inflation is going up, you have to work harder and harder to get by. Like these people, like property taxes going up, rents going sky high. One of my wife's clients, she's a nurse or whatever, she got a client, like the rent's been like $1,200 or like $1,000 for a month, and the landlord just hit them up and said, hey, I'm bumping it up to $1,600. And here it is, they're barely already making.
Right.
Who can afford that, right? So yeah, that's what's happening, man. People are gonna, and we haven't been given the total numbers of how many people aren't paying this shit now. But I know it's high. I know people are buying groceries and DoorDash and shit with credit cards. That's the times we're in.
Yep.
Just to keep up that image. Well, that's why this shit is failing, man.
Yeah.
Look, these people sad, face to the ground. They know it's over. But there's still an inkling of hope here, right? Well, if I just play this lottery ticket, if one of my parlays will just hit.
And they already proved that that's rigged.
Yeah.
That lottery, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And the sports bet and all that shit, man, it's rigged.
Yeah, all of it.
Here it is, everything will hit. And then a guy that just needs one more yard, and they take him out the game for quarters.
Yep.
Because these people ain't super, they got algorithms and shit, man. These people ain't gonna lose people, man. They pay out here and here just to give people that illusion of I can win. You know?
Yep. I'm gonna say so something you said earlier. You know, from like Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 15 on down to 68. You know, like I said, all those curses are not going to eat every person.
Yep.
Okay. But one thing to note, between those 53 scriptures, the words shall or shall, a variation of that, appears 113 times.
Yep.
So that's more than 2 times per each scripture. And that word means inevitable. It must happen. So whichever one of those curses hit you, you can't get away from it.
Yep.
All right? And that's what Jake is trying to do. You know, we need to come together. No, you're not going to come together.
No.
Even in the curse, you know, it says that the woman shall have an evil eye towards her husband, and the man will have an evil eye towards his wife.
Yep.
You know, she gonna have an evil eye to her children. You know, and likewise he gonna have an evil eye to his brothers. So we're never gonna get along until the Lord comes back and set things right in order.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, like you say, that Jake and that we got to come together. They form these little groups. We're going to form this community group. We're going to clean our streets up. We're going to open businesses. Why does that fail continually?
Yeah.
Because that's not of Yahweh Shem Shai. You are not going to be able to save yourself. The only deliverance is going to be through Yahweh Shem Shai. That's it. There ain't going to be no groups. Why do you think these leaders, they're like, he was such a big dude. He was leading our squad. We were keeping the streets clean, and he gets killed some random way. Because he's not going to be the savior. Nope. You're not going to have you're not going to honor somebody over Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
All right, from rappers to you know these so-called celebrities. Why do you think they don't go back to their community, or they do try to go back to their communities and use all the millions of dollars, you know, to try to build something up? Why do they get taken out?
Yeah.
Because the Lord is not going to have you saving the nation of Israel. Because that glory goes to Yahweh Shai.
You're not going to have generational wealth in this place.
Yeah, just generational wickedness.
Yeah, generational wickedness. Oh boy, the boxer, what's his name? Tank Javante Davis.
Yeah.
He bought up his whole neighborhood. Okay, come back, they'd burn it all up. Not the people, you know, probably Esau did that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like anything changed. Just like the guy in Flint, Michigan he had that custom water, they pulled the water vapor from and had free water for the residents of Flint, Michigan. Come back, he said, and someone destroyed it. He said it was strategic. Like they went through and really destroyed his machine, like a perfect way where he couldn't even just like, okay, let me just do that and we're back running. No, he totally destroyed it.
They destroyed it. You know, water.
Yeah.
The foundation of everything that you see out there.
Yep.
All right. And they don't want you to have it unless it's tainted.
Yep. And mind you, well, that's one of the curses. See, that's a curse, right? Okay, right here. Oops, bear with me here. This is Deuteronomy 28 in verse. Verse 48. I'm sorry, verse 47. It says, "Because thou servest not Yahweh Shem Shai with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which Yahweh Shem Shai shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon their neck until he hath destroyed thee." Right, the one of all things. Esau ain't gonna let you get there giving out free water. No, you're gonna go and pay for water. You know? And then the quote unquote, there's technically no free water because even if you get out of the tap, there's a water bill in that bag.
Yep.
And then they make you pay for drinking that bullshit because it's gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So you pay one way or the other. Shit.
They come right out to your front yard.
Yeah.
Unscrew that little cap. Turn that stuff off.
Yeah.
Which is and that's another thing. You said you don't even own that. You go look at the plans of your home. They have what's called a property easement. Okay, for like utilities. Guys can walk up and down the street and spray that green, blue, yellow, and orange colors. It's like, what is that? It's a line running right under your yard. Yep.
Oh, let's say you got your own well. Shit, they're going to contaminate that.
Yeah.
This is the devil we're talking about.
Send a drone in.
Yeah, that's
wax
spirit. That's spirit, yeah. You have the drone fly in, drop some bullshit in there for you. Yeah, in the middle of the night.
Santos.
Right. Right.
Oh, that's ours.
Yeah, right. We laugh because this devil, man, hey, he's doing what he's supposed to.
Yep.
At the end of the day, Satan, is the angel of the Lord, right? On the left-hand side, doing what the Lord wants him to do.
Yep.
All right, his counterparts, his physical counterparts, the so-called white man, be wicked. All right, pursuing the Malachi 1:4, the border of wickedness, right? Hey, they're doing a great job. They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
They ain't messing up. And there ain't no, can we all just get along? No. The Lord gonna have to fix all these things.
Right. It says, verse 11 says, "For I am with thee, saith Yahweh Shai, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee. Yet will I not make a full end of thee, but
I will not make a full end of thee, man. All right, the Lord he's going to destroy all these fucking nations for us, for our sakes, man. All right, even though we turned our back on him, wished out the Lord. This is part of the Lord's movie. It was made for us to do that, But he said the remnant and the elect that's going to come back and serve him and call on the true name, right?
It says, yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and I will not leave thee altogether unpunished."
See, I will correct thee in measure, and I will not altogether leave thee unpunished, man. All right, all these nations are going to be destroyed. 2/3 is going to be destroyed. All right, go ahead.
Yep. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous." That's it. Yep. Verse 13. It says, verse 13, "There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine." Okay. Verse 14, "All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased." Yeah, Jake never learned.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Get worse.
Yep. And you see it now, even prevalent today. All right, you see Jake still double down on the wickedness. All right? They still just want to be a nigga, man. Still want to be black. Still want to be Hispanic. Still want to be Native American. They want to be everything but the children of Israel.
Foundational black Americans.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. This is verse 15. "Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thy iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee."
Yeah.
So he's telling you why.
Yep.
He's telling you why he's done it. Can I get a
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is
Yeah. Like,
the
I
part
don't
of
know.
the
It's
prayer
just
of
like
Azaria 1. Let's start at verse 6. It says, "For we have sinned and committed iniquity, departing from thee. Okay? In all things have we trespassed, and not obeyed thy commandments, nor kept them, neither done as thou hast commanded us, that it might go well with us." Okay? So the same thing. It says, verse 8, "Wherefore all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us, thou hast done in true judgment." Hey, we went off. Okay. Verse 9 is the point. "And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world.
The most wicked in all the world, man.
Yeah.
Who is that? Esau, he's the so-called white man. All right, we're in the worst time. This is the worst rulership to ever come to pass, man.
Yeah.
All right, just look at it, man. The alphabet community, man. The homelessness, man. People starving, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the rich are getting richer. All right, the wealth gap is it's crazy, especially when that C-19 hit, man. All them billionaires, millionaires, they went even crazy.
Yep.
Because what? Only the big box stores were they allowed to be open, while the local, the local guy lost all this shit.
Lost all of it.
Yeah.
Lost all of it.
And then, or they maxed out all their savings for whatever they had to keep this thing going, took out more loans, and in the sense of we just got to get better leadership in here. And now that they found out, they got a raw deal with Trump. He coming, hey, he's that cruel Lord, man.
Yeah.
Now you sin the devil, man.
We need to stick together, hell
No, you should not build with us.
Nope.
All right, you should not build with us.
Not at all.
Yep. No.
Back in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16, and it reads, Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
See? Go ahead.
So it's verse 17.
No, yeah, I'll take this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what it says, therefore all that devoured us. Okay, First Maccabees 2 and 10 says, what nation have not taken part of her spoils? Every nation put their hands on us.
Yep.
And they were happy to do so when we fell. What's that, Lamentations 4?
Yep.
They were happy, they go clap their hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they were happy with it.
It's Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna be, you nations are gonna get ready to get jacked the hell up, man. Especially when we get a hold of it.
Yep.
All right, when the kingdom of heaven is set up, and we're putting in rulership, man. All right, we are gonna beat y'all asses, man.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a long ass 1,000 years, man. You best believe that.
Yep.
Y'all gonna drink double the cup.
You gotta remember, we're gonna be in the same stead as Yahweh Shai. And the scriptures say, right now in its current state, 1,000 of our years are like yesterday to him. So when we like that, like 1,000 of their years, it's gonna be like a day to us.
Right.
Be
Oh,
super,
man.
super hungry,
Man.
but then they would have like the orange dumplings.
That's so fast, I don't remember it.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a long time. And just to your point, this is the book of Isaiah, also in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 12. It says, For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
That's right.
And no matter what you do, Esau, that's your fate anyway. At least those other nations have an opportunity to come back. Once you do that 1,000 years of slavery, twice as long and twice as hard in righteousness, you're going to be done away with permanently. Thus says Obadiah 1 and 18.
That's right.
Yep.
Grab that real quick.
Yeah.
Get that real quick.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. Let me start at 15. Okay. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, beginning at verse 15. And it reads, For the day of the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Just talking about that in Isaiah 33. Okay? It said, verse 16, For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Here it is. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 times the word shall appears in that one scripture. It is inevitable. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to happen. All right. Verse 17. But upon Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Just like we did before.
Yep.
You know,
Out of Exodus.
yeah,
Out of Egypt.
Came out of Egypt.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
We're gonna take y'all shit, man. Which majority of it's ours anyways. The
Yeah.
earth was given into our hands anyways.
Yep.
This is our inheritance. Ultimately, we just lost it for a while. We were on punishment, man. You got the neighbor kids playing with your stuff. You're in the window on punishment, looking at it like, hey, that's mine. You know what I'm saying? But now we're about to get off punishment, man. The Lord, we're gonna take everything back.
And now Esau, this is where the Lord makes a separation from you and the other nations. Okay? It says, and the house of Jacob, the southern kingdom, shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph, the northern kingdom, shall be a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Okay? You know what? Have you ever burned something up real bad and it's left like the chaff?
Yep.
You burned up a wheat.
Yep.
You know, it ain't gonna be nothing.
Yep.
Okay, and they shall kindle in them. So it ain't gonna be a quick burn up.
Right,
You
right.
gonna simmer.
Yep.
While you burn it. Okay.
Judgment Drive,
Finishing up, it says, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. Thus the Lord, the Yahweh Shai, has spoken. Okay, there should not be any remaining of the house of Esau. Right. No more so-called white people to walk this earth ever again.
totally be destroyed.
God, for the most vile person on this planet. All right, you can't change that right now. They're trying to. It's too late. You trying to hide your stuff. Psalms 85 and 11. Yes, Psalms 85 and 11. And it reads, truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven. And that's where we're at right now. This truth is springing forth out of there. Where's it coming from? The Yahweh Shai and through his prophets. Okay? Like the scriptures say, the Lord has spoken by the mouth of the prophet since the beginning. Okay?
That's right. Let's see. This second Ezra 6 and 28, verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's what's happening. The truth is gone out and being declared. All right, and it's knocking down all these strongholds of Esau, even so-called white man, and all his bullshit. All right, and it's collapsing his kingdom by the words of the Lord. All right, not by carnal means. It says what? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Right? Look at that.
The weapons of our war in my count.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's 6. 8.
Let's see.
Weapons carnal. Okay.
Sacred.
Yep. So the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 4, and it reads, for the weapon...
Verse 3.
No, you're okay. Verse 3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Yeah, we walk in the flesh, but we don't war after the flesh. All right? All right, we go through the spiritual side of things. All right, you know, we keep the flesh. We do to the best of our ability keep this flesh at bay. All right, because you can't please the Lord in this flesh. All right, you got to please Him spiritually. All right, and spiritually you got to follow after the ways of the Lord. Right, because if we were warring after the flesh, we'd have been doing something bad. You know, that got the ministry back.
Yeah. So, the man leans on his own understanding. It's destructive for him.
Yep.
So 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, that reads, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the power of our child to the pulling down of strongholds."
Yep. Yeah, and this is pulling down the strongholds. Like God's for everybody. Or, God loves everybody.
He said the whole world's going to be saved. Everybody going to be saved.
Yeah.
No, none of that's going to happen.
No, not even all of his own people on this side of the fence are going to be saved.
Right.
Like I quoted earlier, all Israel shall be saved in Him, but on this side of the fence, about the elect.
Yep.
So it's gonna get crazy out here. It's already happening.
Yep.
All right. It's coming to a city near you. We've been saying that for years.
Yep.
Now we're seeing the manifestation of it. And we're saying the Lord is declaring the end, which He declared the end from the beginning. All right. So everything that's written out is coming to pass.
Yep. All right. So with that, we hope this lesson was edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. Once again, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Wakakadas.
Double honor to our apostles and those of great millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who live in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes of Israel scattered to the four corners of the earth. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Abba Ball.
Baba Ball.
We got next.
Let's go.